Hello friends, and welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. Since the last episode, I've actually changed my class. I am no longer a warden, I'm a wizard, because I can levitate on thin air. Look at that. Levitating, no tricks here, no strings attached. I am now a hobbit wizard. Obviously that's not true, it's just a glitch in the game. Anyways, let's continue with the adventure, and I am looking for Stothkill. That way I can continue with the epic storyline. So let's see. Stothkill, I mean. And he's gonna be all the way in the way of the smiths here in the Silver Teen Lodes. So let's head down there together, shall we? Man, I am having so much fun in Moria. I love this game so much, man. I basically stopped playing everything else on my channel and have just been doing Lord of the Rings Online, which is not ideal. It's not what I want to do, but it's mainly because I've been so busy at work and with other things. It's kind of hard to have 300 projects going on at once, so I have to prioritize. And I definitely didn't want to stop playing Lord of the Rings Online and leave the series unfinished or anything like that. So I'm prioritizing this on the channel for right now. But I've got a few other games in the works. I actually have a lot of games recorded that I'm not 100% done with. I'm like 70% done, so I gotta finish those before I start uploading. Let me see if I can jump down here without dying. Alright, I feel like that was very close. I feel like if there was one more meter between me and the ground, I would have died. But I'm alive, and that's all that matters. Just gonna keep falling down here. Alright, there is the Way of the Smiths. So let me head in there. My legs are still broken, obviously. It's a pretty good dwarf community here. There's a few of them walking around. And over here as well. You may pass, friend. So it looks like they've established camp here. And there's the guy I need to speak with. Is it fair to call dwarves guys? I don't know, I feel like guy is almost exclusive to the race of man, but I don't know.
With your help, we will be ready for anything!
It is true then. This rumor that the orcs are planning some great assault on us, I was afraid it was so. I do not need Bosie's recommendations to know that you are an asset to our efforts here. Were it not for you, the Heart of Fire would still be sealed to us.
With your help, we will be ready for anything!
My lieutenant will tell you how to best help us with the preparations, Kippen. I would trust Rink Stronghammer with my life. Ask him what should be done and make it so. We here in the Heart of Fire will stand against the orcs until the very end. And then if all else seems lost, we will shut the door. We will only do so at our greatest need though. Help Rink with the preparations for our defense, and the time until we must shut the door may be long put off. So where is Rink? I guess right over here. Never mind, this is Waffy.
Stay a moment. You will need your aid against the orcs of Moria.
There is nothing more frustrating for a skilled dwarf craftsman than having the use of a great forge such as this without any raw materials with which it can be utilized. And if there is anything more irksome than that, it is the knowledge that when the orcs attack, we might not have been able to equip our people with sufficient weapons and armor. It is my understanding that you aided Lord Bosie's son in taking weapons, armor, and helms from orcs so the assault on the White Hand in Moria would be victorious. You are just the right hobbit for the job then. We have sent scouts through Moria, and they have cataloged a list of likely places to find such weapons. I will give you this catalog so you may keep track of the places you have searched for usable weapons. Alright. So there's a lot of places I need to search for weapons here. It's gonna send me all over Moria, it looks like.
We can
here's
only
Rink.
hope that Durin's Bane sleeps deeply.
Goblins can move quickly when they want to. The filthy creatures are not very intelligent, but they can still do a lot of damage if they coordinate their attacks. If we disrupt their ability to communicate, they may be less effective at organizing a serious attack on the Heart of Fire. Scouts have reported that goblin runners are moving through the waterworks, running and swimming and creeping and crawling. If you defeat many of these runners, they will be less able to signal the timing of their attack. The more time we have to construct barricades and other defenses, the better off we will be. Disrupting goblin communications in the waterworks will buy us this time. So it looks like we do have to go to the waterworks, and I think it's finally a good enough time to start doing some of the quests there. And I do have a milestone set there, but I may choose to just ride there for cinematic purposes again. Let me go in a little bit deeper here, make sure there are no other quests. So this is the Red Horn Lodes. I didn't know there were 2 entrances to this area. Let me take a look where this puts me, just out of curiosity. Let me look at the map. All the way up here. Interesting, I didn't know that. See, you learn something new every time you play the game. So let me actually go all the way across, and let me read this while I'm running. So this is the checklist of locations. On the eastern side of the Great Delving, a great statue of Durin stands at Gazatmur. South of Katub Zahar, the statue's pedestal has been defaced by goblins, but there are many weapons beneath their crude markings. Shadow of the Steppes, at Durin's threshold by the western entrance into Moria, weapons can be found on the north side of the stairs east of the rallying circle. Tower in the Delving. In the Great Delving, north of the Dovin View and the Chamber of Wisdom, weapons can be found in the orange light of an octagonal platform. In the Hidden Overlook, in the northeastern area of the Great Delving, weapons can be found on a small ledge with a good view of the bridge beneath the Dwarf Lord's Gate into Durin's Way. There's the Shade of Trees. Along Durin's Way, east of the Durin's Crossings, are the terraced gardens of Tharak Bazan. Along the northern wall, 6 trees stand in a semicircle in an alcove surrounded on 3 sides by a watery pool. The weapons are in the shade of the trees. Alright, let me see where I'm going here. I think I want to go all the way south into the waterworks. The Flame of the Merevale. On the far eastern end of Durin's Way, Merevale have occupied a large cavern. The weapons are next to one of the campfires the vile creatures have built on the northwestern part of the cavern. There's the Goblin Pyre. Among the Silvertine Lodes in Gamelphilic, the Eldermine goblins have built a tremendous pyre. Weapons can be found on the days where the pyre is constructed. I think I know where that is. I think that is all the way up here. Maybe I should go grab that real quick before heading further down. The deepest Silvertine mushrooms. Swainer reported that among the Silvertine Lodes in the southernmost expanses, he found a cache of weapons among mushrooms east of the tracks. How do I get back? I might have to climb. Let me just go down here. And then let me come up through here maybe? Outside the treasury, among the Silvertine Lodes, a great structure descends into the depths. On the platform in Ember Edge, outside the entrance of the Forgotten Treasury, dwarves have reported seeing a pile of old weapons next to their campsite. Alright, so right as I'm trying to get to a location, I get clues that I should go somewhere else instead. So let me go all the way down here. The Sunken Statue. In the waterworks, southwest of the Rotting Cellar, a great statue lies half sunken in the water. A pile of weapons lies at the arches south of the statue's head. There's the Broken Column. A mighty pillar has collapsed in the Rotting Cellar in the waterworks and now lies half in the water and half out. The pile of weapons can be found where the pillar crashed into the far shore. Alright, so there we go. There are some weapons here. Beyond the rubble. The eastern passage out of the Chamber of Mazarbul collapsed at some point in the past. Oros have established a camp. Orcs, sorry. That looked weird. Orcs have established a camp on the other side of the rubble, and a pile of weapons can be found near the fire. In Zelamelek, the orcs have an encampment, Skithris Ulima, east of the Lonely Span. They seem to be building something as large timbers thrown across the camp. One of their leaders oversees the camps from a room in the west, and a pile of weapons has been in the corner by the throne. Hall of the Flowing Water. Follow the main passage through Zelamelek from the Great Delving, take the south passage when you reach the Broadways, and you will arrive at the Hall of the Flowing Water. A pile of weapons can be found near one of the basins near the southern exit. And finally, the Broken Floor. The floor of the room at the end of the east passage from the southern arch of the 21st hall has given way. A pile of weapons rests on the brink. So I was not kidding when this one was going to send me all over Moria. Basically in every single location. There's going to be a few other here in the Silvertine Lode, so let me see if I can collect them while I'm here. And then I'll head into the Waterworks, and then we can begin the adventure there. Again, the Waterworks is my favorite region in all of Moria. It's just such a cool area. I think you guys are going to enjoy the questing there. Alright, so let me see where I'm headed. You know, let me get rid of this. Goblin runners. And then we got some piles here of weapons. So first things first, I want to go up into the goblin camp so I can get that one. And then the other one that's here I think is actually going to be by the Waterworks. So I can grab that on my way out. I do need to climb up here. This looks right. And in the Waterworks, there's going to be a few instances. If you remember, I have the water wheel quests. All these right here, so I'm going to have to do those. And then there's actually a raid in there as well, which is going to be very exciting. You guys are really going to enjoy that one. Alright, so there's the big pyre. So the weapons should be around here. Let's see. There it is. Excellent. You find some usable weapons suitable for Wafi's purposes. Next up, all the way down here. That's kind of headed towards the Waterworks. So it works out well. Let's see if I can take a shortcut through here again. Didn't mean to fall there. Do want to fall down here. Somehow it didn't break my legs. I'm not complaining though. This looks dangerous. I don't know if I want to jump. Let's risk it, why not? There we go. We made it, we survived. Then I can head south from here. I really do miss that skill on the burglar, where if you activate it, you don't break your legs when you fall. Such a useful skill. Alright, so there should be some weapons around here somewhere. I see them. Let me harvest some wood. I need more gold. I need to sell all this and get rich. I spent a lot of gold on making my first age weapons, and they're gonna become obsolete eventually. I'm gonna have to make new first age weapons. Then I also spent a ton of gold on crafting materials so I could get my crafting up, so I could get the reputation with the Woodworker Guild. Alright, so here we are in the waterworks. Yet again. Right behind Durin's beard. Now remember, I was trying to show you how epic this place is a few episodes back, and I fell down here to my death. It was horrible. But look at this. Is this not the coolest place in Middle-earth so far? Such a great area. Developers did an excellent job with this, and whoever designed the waterworks needs a raise. If anybody from Standing Stone Games is watching this, and they know the name of the person who designed this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, so I can personally congratulate them on an excellent job. Alright, so I think the rotting cellar is over there, so let me actually continue this way. Now I can get to the main quest hub area. Here we are at the rotting cellar. So this time around I am going to be picking up the quest here, so I can start working on them.
We will not retreat before anyone!
Welcome to the rotting cellar, but I would not become too comfortable here. There's a strange fungus spreading throughout the deeps, and it threatens the expedition's success. We are not certain whence it came, but I have a suspicion. I believe the fungus to be spreading through the water. We must know where the growth is coming from. Take this cloth strip and dip it in the waters below. If it changes color, then the things indeed are quite bad. Return to me with the results. Alright, let me ride around here, see if there's any more quest rings.
At long last, we will drive the maggot folk from our halls.
I am not going down to the banks again. Not after what those leeches did to my legs the last time. I have a solution that I believe will get rid of them, but I will not try it. If you want to go down to the water and pour this in, you may feel free to do so. There are 4 places that are particularly bad, all near dead goblins. Those corpses are probably the primary food source when they cannot find my legs. Head just west, you will find the leech-infested water just beneath the rotting cellar.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
Well met, Kippen. So Simbi sent you down here, did he? He must not like you very much then. No, 'twas but a jest. It's just a bit damp down here, but you get used to it. As long as you can keep the mold out of your beard. That's really gross. I've been studying the creatures of Moria since I arrived here, as much as I can without being devoured by them at any rate, and have learned a few things. If you'd be willing to aid me, I'm sure we can uncover their secrets.
Hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory to tell.
I am curious to know more about what lurks in the depths of the waterworks. I have identified 3 major forms of creatures here: toads, lizards, and spiders, all of them vile, creeping things. I want to know more about them, however, and how we might stem their growth. If you would bring me back some samples of the specimens, I should be able to determine who eats what, and perhaps I can find a way to pit them against each other. You can find these creatures all throughout the waterworks. I would like to see these vermin distracted from their appetite for my kinsmen. Alright. Let me just do one last ride around here, make sure I didn't miss any quests. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to be opening all this junk. Sorry. There we go. I think I got most of the quests that I need for now. Let me look at the map and see where I'm headed. So first things first, I need to get down there somehow, so let me take the stairs, and then we can start venturing. This looks like a good spot to use the cloth strip. Really? There we go. Come on. Do I have to dismount? There we go. These turtles have a lot of defense. There we go. Do I not need to kill the turtles? I guess it's the lizards that I'm mainly interested in. Lizards, spiders, and toads. And again, I do apologize about the water looking all glitchy. It's really weird. On my old computer, it looked fine. But for some reason, ever since I upgraded my computer, the water in Lord of the Rings Online looks all glitchy. And I'm not sure how to fix it. I did try to do a little bit of research, but I came up empty. And I'm sorry about that. There's another goblin corpse here. So I used a newt toxin. Let me head over to the next quest ring here. I believe this is where the weapons are gonna be, right? I think the note mentioned something about a dwarf head. I see the weapon pile over there, so that might be it. Right. Let me grab a few critters. Nice. And there we go. New deed to defeat worms in Moria. I can do that. Let me try to muster up a few of these. So the toads do poison you, as you can see. Gecko pheromone. Plus 10% attack duration, and your screen gets all blurry and weird. I don't know if I need to kill glowworms, but we'll see. Look at that guy. Swart gut. I want to kill him. I would like to kill him. That's a cool looking enemy. Excellent. I got a mithril flake. Let me blast this spider here. And let me look at my map. I'm gonna head towards the quest rings. There's one all the way right there. Let me get on my goat. There's some weapons here. That place doesn't look very friendly. Alright, there are more quest rings to the north. And then over to the west a little bit. There are some goblin runners. Let me go through the stairs here. That way I can stay on my goat. Make my traveling a little bit easier. Did I already kill everything I needed to kill? I don't know if I did or not. I think I did. Yeah, studying the local wildlife, I'm ready. Here's a goblin runner, though. Yeah, kill 4 more of those. It's a good chunk of them. They should be all around here. Not finding too many, though. Let's see if I can find some more. Man, they're really not very common. Alright, here's one little guy. And I see another one up ahead. Need 2 more. This is for chapter 3. Might as well harvest a little bit of wood while I'm here. I like that they made it that you can harvest while staying on your mount. It used to be that you had to dismount. That made things a little bit more difficult, as you can imagine. Alright, one more, please. One more goblin. I feel like I've killed them all around here, so I don't know. Might have to wait for respawns or something. No, there's one. This is the final one. Alright, excellent. Next up, I need to head north and sprinkle some more of the newt poison on some goblin corpses. So, I am curious to know, what is your guys' favorite region of Moria? Obviously, I've already said a million times that this one is mine, the waterworks. But I want to know what you guys think. There's lots of very cool areas. I mean, the Great Delving is great. Waterworks is great. The Flaming Deeps. There's also the Dark Delvings, which I haven't seen yet. But we'll get there eventually. Now let's sprinkle some poison. Look at those corpses. Look at that. Looks like Area 51 in here. I need to go south that way. I don't know, I was going the opposite direction. Did I already sprinkle that one? I don't think so. Done with that. Some big sound. Look at the size of this freaking toad, man. My god. Let's see where this last goblin is. Probably over here. Alright, so we're done with that. Let me rearrange my quest real quick. I'm not going to be turning that in anytime soon. And I'm not going to be working on this for a while since I'm going to be down here in the waterworks. So let me just make sure I have what I need. I think that's really it. Okay. You know what? Let me go ahead and map back to the waterworks. The rotting cellar, I mean. And I can turn in this first round of quests.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane.
So you spread it everywhere you saw leeches? Excellent. Hopefully soon it will be safe to explore once more. Alright. And I need a reforge. Thankfully I can do that right here.
These holes will be great once more.
Actually, let me see if I have any other warden items. That way I can start leveling up more stuff. Doesn't look like it. That's alright. And let's do that.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
These samples are exactly what I need to break the mysteries of the waterworks. With these, I can figure out the feeding hierarchy and determine the most effective creature for us to strike.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
I studied the samples you brought me and have determined how we can best thin out everything down here with one simple stroke. The deep toads are the key to survival of the lizards and spiders. To strike the deep toads will be to strike their predators as well. How, you ask? The lizards are unaffected by the venom of the spiders, and the spiders cannot weaken them, making them undesirable prey for the spiders. Also, the lizards have enough cunning to avoid the webs of the spiders. The toads, on the other hand, are nearly mindless in contrast. Lizards and spiders alike have little difficulty trapping and devouring the toads. If you remove the toads, the spiders and lizards will have no choice but to fall upon one another. Will you do this? Pretty cool. He's using some ecology techniques here to control the local wildlife. Let me turn in this other quest. It's a cool statue.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot.
So it is in the water. That is disturbing indeed, but perhaps to our advantage. I must ponder this information further. Orcs are a tricky foe, but I have never had to fight a fungus growth like this before. Alright, so no part 2 there, but I think another quest opened up down here. Unless I just missed it the first time around.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
The goblins keep smashing the dwarf lamps. Without them, we cannot safely find our way through the halls and move supplies between the camps we have established throughout Khazad-dûm. We either have to find more materials to craft lamps or find a replacement. The latter may be easier, now that I think of it. I believe we can use bits of glass spider legs to replace the crystals. In order to do this though, I will need a great many of those legs. If you would, go and hunt some of the glass spiders and bring me their legs. You can find a good many of the beasts to the west, near the Lost Palace. Alright. I think that is it as far as quests for now. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I hope you're excited for us to do all the quests here in the waterworks. I don't have to repeat that, I am certainly. So thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks again for watching.